Hello everyone and welcome back to the Singapore Grand Prix. If you missed qualifying yesterday, you missed out on a historic moment for the channel. I won't spoil it for you, but if you want to watch that before this one, there's a link on top of your screen now to go and see that. Anyway, for those of you that are still here, we're going to jump over to Crofty, who is going to give us a rundown of the grid.
Wang lines up on pole position, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, and Perez, Gasly, Leclerc, Norris, and Daniel Kvyat, Sainz, Stroll, Romain Grosjean, and Hubert, Ocon, Albon, Kevin Magnussen, and George Russell, De Vries, Giovinazzi, Matsushita, and Nicholas Latifi.
Yes, look at that. No cars ahead of us, except the safety car obviously. But yeah, we are on P1, pole position. Can we turn this into a race win, which would be unbelievable. But before we go racing, let's check out the pit strategy. Okay, so we are going to do a two-stopper. So we're going to start on the softs, obviously, because that's what we qualified on. But they're going to pit on lap 6 for some fresh set of medium tyres, and then on lap 18 for another set of medium tyres, which hopefully should see us through to the end of the race. Alright, I am very eager to get this race underway, so without further ado, let's go racing at the Singapore Grand Prix. Okay, so here we are on pole position, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, engine revved, and away we go eventually. Have we got a good start? Well, it's a little bit slow to get away, but I think the second part of the movement was all right. As we go into turn 1, still ahead, quite a bit ahead actually. Going in through turn 3 now, and we're about half a second ahead of Ricciardo. So everything's looking very good so far. Obviously going into turn 5 now, obviously Ricciardo probably will get a bit of a slipstream, so we may be a little bit of a sitting duck here, as we didn't get a great exit either. So here he is, he's actually getting a slipstream, he's very close, he's actually going to send one up the inside, he's actually backed out of it luckily, and for the time being, I just bit my tongue, we are still first. And yeah, hopefully we can hold on to this, as he's actually dropped back quite a bit, so if we do hold on to this, this will be our first win of this series. I think even in the other series I don't think we got a win, so this will be crazy. It's still very early. We haven't even done half a lap. As we go into the first time into the bridge, we've gone way too deep. Oh, we nearly hit the wall there, and that's actually let Ricciardo go past, so we're immediately gone down to second. I knew I shouldn't have said, oh, this is going to be our first win, and then it goes totally wrong. Good one, Jumbo, good one. And now we are stuck behind Ricciardo, and we can't really overtake going through this section, so even if we are quick, oh, that was very close. This is exactly like Hungary. Nearly went into the back of Ricciardo in Hungary, and nearly went to the back of Ricciardo in Singapore as well. We do need to calm down a little bit, as we don't want to lose this position, because we are doing very well, as we have a bit of moment coming out of turn 20. Going through turn 21, we also have a bit of a moment as well, so we do need to chill out a little bit. Going through the last corner, it's still very close to the back of Ricciardo. Are we going to get a good run? No, we're not. So still sitting in P2 going into lap 2, as we immediately are all over the back of him again. No DRS yet. We're going to try going up the inside, are we? He's had a little bit of a movement there, a little bit of a moment coming out of turn 5, I think that is. Oh, hello. Not turn 5, but yeah, that was a big squirm there, and that's actually let Max go up the inside of turn 10, but he's actually backed out of it, as that is going to be very tight. So luckily we didn't have more of them. Oh, we've had another moment. What is going on? We're going to be absolutely shredding these soft tyres. This is not good. So yeah, really struggling with the added weight of the car, as we are now on lap 3 going into lap 4, and we've actually just set the fastest lap of the race. We've calmed down a little bit. We were all over the track there before, as we had a little bit of a moment there as well. So really not happy with the added weight of the car, and these soft tyres just aren't really working. We're lighting them up too much, just too eager to try and get past Ricciardo. As we are about to get DRS, we'll be able to make a move here. He's actually still gaining, so whatever setup we've got is not a slippery one. We've just gone for maximum downforce. Actually, the setup is in the description. I think it's 911 on the wings. Which should give us a lot of downforce, but not great. Oh, he's actually had a bit of a moment there, but yeah, not great straight line speed. He's had another moment there. We're going to go up the inside. Oh, he's had another moment, and we're back into the lead. Unbelievable. Let's have a look at that. I'm not sure what was going on there. But yeah, here we are on board him. He's had a moment there coming out, and then he's had another moment. He's actually hit the wall. I don't think he's got any damage, but Yeah, very strange move. So there's that first wobble coming round. Oh, I don't think we were going to hit him, but I'm not sure if he's wobbled out of that just in panic that we were going to go into the back of him. He obviously doesn't trust us. We wouldn't have gone into the back of him as we are doing our best Tokyo Drift impression. That was a big one. That was massive. So the tyres are going off massively because I've been drifting around corners and just been way too trigger happy on that accelerator and probably absolutely butchered them. But we managed to get to lap 6, it's just gone to lap 7, and we're in one of the world's slowest pits lanes at 37 miles an hour. For our first stop, we're going to put the mediums on. Hopefully they're a lot better than the softs because we've struggled with those softs. 2.9 seconds, so not a bad stop at all. And that has put us, where's that, P12 coming out behind the Williams of Matsushita. So obviously, like most of the other races, probably there's going to be mixed up strategies because the cars behind us probably didn't start on the softs because they're just useless. So I assume we're going to have to actually overtake these cars and giving it maximum beam. So as you can see, we've got the rich fuel open as we do a purple sector 1. So we're actually going to try and set a decent lap to try and get the fastest lap of the race, sorry, nice and early. But as you can see, we're going so fast, we've actually caught up to the very slow Williams drivers. As we're going to try and get DRS here, which we do, and maybe go up the inside. Is that what we're going to do? Yeah, we're late on the brakes up the inside of Matsushita, and that is a very nice part, so I don't say so myself. So up to P9, going to try and get Latifi soon as well, although this isn't the best section to do it, as it does get quite narrow. So it's chicane after chicane. Coming up the inside, no, I don't think we can. So still stuck behind the Williams. We just need to be patient here and not do anything too stupid. Also, we've got the fresher tyres. Still using rich fuel, which seems a bit pointless as we are not going to get the fastest lap at the moment. Going through the last corner, they are so slow through there. We're going to try and get DRS and get a good exit here. All over the back of him, going to go the long way round. That's going to be interesting later on the brakes, around the outside, giving him plenty of room. But we have the better package, and that is our car through. So up to P8 as Carlos Sainz does set the fastest lap. A lap later, we are onto the back of Antonio Giovinazzi in the Haas. And yeah, this should be the same move. Again, very slow going through that last corner. We go up the inside, not even going to use the slipstream, as we set the fastest lap of a 1:39.4. Later on the brakes, up the inside, and that is job done again. So up to P7. That does seem to be a very good place to get the overtake done, as we're going to try and do it on Russell this time as well for P6. So it is exactly like Hungary at the moment, just overtakes galore up the inside, and that is basically a carbon copy of the move before, although Russell is still there on the outside. We've got the inside this time again, and that should be job done, as it is. So up to P5 as some of the cars have started to stop, coming up to the back of Alex Albon. We're within a second, so we had DRS, but as I said before, our car isn't really designed for the straights, as there isn't many on this track. As we're coming up to the back of Alex, oh, he's had a bit of a moment similar to Ricciardo. We're going to try and go around the outside. That is going to be very bold, but we've got the extra grip of those newer tyres, and that is up to P4. Can we hunt down Kevin Magnussen, who's P3? This is the weirdest order, but obviously with the mixed up strategies, that's kind of what you get. It will be interesting to see how this pans out, but currently we're doing very well as Magnussen has a little bit of a moment there coming out of the hairpin, and yeah, can we get him here with DRS open? Again, not really quick on the straights, we're just going to have to bide our time here and just wait for a better opportunity to overtake. And it didn't take long. Again, the final corner, they seem to be very slow through there, obviously on the older tyres as well. Currently up to P2, so this is back for the race lead. Going to go up the inside, late on the brakes. Again, a very simple move, but it's very effective, and we are back in the lead of the Grand Prix, which is very nice indeed. And as you can see there, we are on lap 18, so we're due to stop the lap, and we are 19 seconds of the closest car, which is Sergio Perez, which is mental. And as you can see in the bottom right hand corner there, we are actually in the rich fuel mix. Now, I didn't forget it, though that has happened before, but the idea was, I was thinking that when we put these new medium tyres on now, if we have the car as light as possible, we can just blitz a lap, and then we should get we should secure the fastest lap of the race, and an extra point for us. And then we can basically just put it in lean for the rest of the race, because, as I say, we're currently 19 seconds ahead of the closest car. As we come out, P2, Oh, and that is one of the Williams. I think that is the red helmet of Matsushita. So let's have a look at what happened. So he's just coming down. Oh, and his engine's just gone. Just a classic engine failure. And yeah, there you can see there's a lot of smoke, and that is his teammate going by. That's not very nice for our old teammate in Nobuharu Matsushita. So yeah, going back to what I was saying before, we basically want to try and do the fastest lap. So as you can see, we're still on rich fuel. We've done 2 purple sectors. We're going to go over the line now, and we do a 1:36.4, which is an absolutely great lap in race pace. And yeah, basically we're just going to chuck it in lane and just manage the end of this race, because we are currently 15 seconds ahead of the closest car, which is Hubert. And Ocon is in 3rd. So yes, very weird what's going on. And as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, if you look at the mini-map, there is a massive train. So I think everyone has just been held up. So yeah, it's crazy. We're so far ahead, which doesn't really make any sense to me. So I decided to go and check just that we're, like I did in qualifying yesterday, that we're actually on the level we should be, which we are. Not that I changed it or anything, but I just wanted to check that there's nothing funny going on. It just seems like the AI is so slow around this track, which they are. And yeah, as you can see, we're on the last lap now. And basically, I just coasted home. There was no challenge in this race, really, at all. As the second and third parts of the race were very easy. As you can see, we saved loads of fuel, and a lot of wear didn't go onto the engine. So, you know, we didn't use the engine much. And yeah, we're still 26 seconds of the next closest car. So, unbelievable result for us. We are going to come and get our first win of the season and of this series, and just in general, really. I haven't got many wins doing on my team. And yeah, first for us. We got the fastest lap and the fastest lap, race win and pole position. So pretty much a grand slam, if I could say grand slam. Don't know what I was trying to say. And there we are, coming out in the car in first, as we're doing our golf swing, as that would definitely be going into the woods or the rough. And there we are with our trophy. Get in there, spraying the champagne. And also it's nice to see Antoine Hubert on the podium. RIP, man, we miss you loads. But yeah, great, loved it. We won our first race, and Antoine Hubert's on there as well. Shame that Ocon's on there, but hey, it is what it is. You don't get to choose the podium. But yeah, all in all, a great result for us. Cannot believe it. 26 points for us, which is going to be very interesting in the driver standings, which we'll look at in a minute. So yeah, us, then Hubert, then Ocon. Any other surprises? Kevin Magnussen, wow, picks up 10 points for the Haas, 8 points for George Russell. Lewis Hamilton only gets 4, and Valtteri Bottas gets 1. And yeah, just looking at the second half of the grid there, so Nobuharu obviously retired. Daniel Ricciardo came 18th. Ouch, he was 2nd. How did he finish 54 seconds behind us? So looking at the driver standings, so Lewis now takes the lead and is 2 points ahead of Valtteri Bottas. He's 7 pointings back from Lewis Hamilton is Ricciardo, and then us in 4th now, only 26 points behind. So yeah, this is going to be very tasty going into the final 4 races, which come out tomorrow. And looking at the constructors, Mercedes, Red Bull, and then us in 3rd as we jump Renault. Obviously the Haas got 10 points today, so they move up. Well, they don't move up, they stay in the same place. But also Alfa Romeo get 8, which means the only team not to score any points so far in this whole My Team is Williams. Just looking at the rivalry breakdown, we got 5 points to Lando's 2. And that all but seals the rivalry for us, as we have 29 points to his 23. Alright, so that's going to wrap up this episode. What a result for us, getting our first win. Generally cannot believe how easy that was as well. I know the mixed up strategies and probably formed loads of trains, but even so, we were so far ahead. We could have stopped and still come out in first on that last lap. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I just assume the AI is super slow around here. Anyway, I will happily take that as our first win and our first podium for this series as well. Anyway, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to drop a like on it, as that really helps us out. And if you want to see more content and F1 2021 content, yes, that comes out in a couple of days now, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel. As always, if you've got any questions or you just want to say hi, drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Alrighty then, I have been Jumbo and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the wrap up of this season and F1 2020.